This is the Voice of the Land podcast.
How far do you think Becton will fall? Everything going on with him.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are saying that drug test, or I don't know if it was diluted or what was with it, but a lot of people are saying that he's getting backed up by like his previous coaches, telling them, hey, he's a great kid, don't worry about that. So a lot of people are thinking he's not going to fall that far. From what I was hearing. So, I mean, if you did trade down, if the Browns did trade down, and I don't think that they're going to, I think that they are going to stick here and get either Wirfs or Wills. I think that that's probably what's going to end up happening, because I don't think Becton falls as far as, as what a lot of people are thinking. Denver wants to trade up. They want to get Jerry Jeudy. What's that?
Is he on our radar at all at 10, you think?
Who? Jerry Jeudy?
Becton.
I think Becton's one of the better offensive linemen. I mean, Bohm was saying that he has the highest potential. Is that right?
Guys, I like Becton. I don't know. It feels like a lot of people seem to think that the Browns are not all that warm on Mekhi Becton. If I had to guess how far he'd slip, I would say maybe 14 in Tampa Bay. As Goodell was announcing.
CJ Henderson. Go!
CJ Henderson.
Wow, no one saw that coming.
It's a good pick. You want to replace Jalen Ramsey. You want to get that top-tier caliber defensive back in the room. And now the Browns, guys, sitting pretty. You've got
all three. Got three.
Boy, was my gut dead wrong at the top of it.
Hey, we've all been wrong at some point, Bohm, and it won't be the it's not the first time, won't be the last time either. So we're all in that same boat. Don't worry about it.
I'm holding out hope that they don't trade. The pick came in very quickly, though, as I see Pickett on my team.
Already. Pickey's in.
That means they're standing pat, right? There's no trade?
Pickey's in, guys.
They have to be staying pat.
Yeah.
The Browns already picked?
Andrew Berry probably ran up to the podium.
Yeah, because their top tackle was there.
It would have to be Wirfs, I would think, or whoever he thought was number one. I don't know who he had on the board, but his guy had to be there.
It's Becton over.
He wasn't risking no bad connection.
Hey, Jordan. Wirfs.
Get everybody watching too, going Wirfs. I mean, let's just quickly go around. I mean, who do we think this pick's going to be? We'll start with Climac. We know who you want. Who is it?
Yeah, I think it will be Wirfs, and please be Wirfs. Let's go, Wirfs.
Boom, where are you at?
I love Wirfs for the Browns here. I'm okay with Wills. Becton, I think I would be astonished if it's Becton over the other two here. But I'm okay with it, although less than the other ones.
Tyler, where are you sitting at right now for the Browns?
I'm Wirfs.
Wirfs?
Yeah. It was Thomas, Simmons, or Wirfs for my three guys. That's who I want.
Jay, where you at?
I'm praying it's Wirfs too, man.
So we're all on this Wirfs bandwagon, huh?
Kevin,
so athletic.
Hey, let's ask my man's over here who he wants.
Brayden, who do you want?
He says Wirfs.
Wirfs. Paulus, we've been through this.
No! My computer just went out.
No, I was going to be like, no, she already saw the pick. What was it?
You got the Fancy's room? I got to say, it's a little underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah.
Simple man.
Here we go.
Like Gettleman left. He's only got one extra desktop.
I mean, they're saving that money to take the kids to Disney World like they promised them. Once it reopens, whenever it does, unfortunately.
You only see him sitting on his couch.
I think Andrew Berry lives in like a one-bedroom apartment, it looks like.
Here we go.
Yep, we have Goodell at the podium. Uh-oh, Bohm already saw it.
He didn't know he was back.
Oh.
What did he do?
He was like, okay, come back.
Oh, my gosh.
Jedrick Wills.
Is it?
Jedrick Wills.
Jedrick Wills.
Wills. Okay.
That
All right. I mean, I'll take it.
Hey, you know what? You cleared up the offensive line issue. You got your left tackle. We got someone that's a
Exactly.
stud. That's perfect.
Okay. If the Browns are taking Jedrick Wills, look for them to take a wide receiver, I think, in this draft, because I feel like they're really going to try to open up this passing game. This Jedrick Wills is an elite pass protector, the best one in this draft class. I really like this pick. The only question is whether he can transition from that right to left, but I really, guys, I have pretty good confidence that he can, especially working alongside Bill Callahan, one of the best offensive line coaches, and Joel Antonio, a Pro Bowl guard.
All right, so let's get the reaction. I mean, immediate reaction, guys. You know, Climax, we were getting that chant going for Wirfs. It goes Wills, but they stay at 10. They take the offensive tackle, one of the top 4, and looks like they're not really overthinking things here. Got to have some credit for them for that.
Exactly. And, we talked about, like, what are the dream scenarios? And for me, when this whole process started and we knew we had the 10th pick way back when, one of my dream scenarios was that we would have our choice of those 3 or 4 offensive tackles who have been graded higher than everyone else. And we're talking about Wirfs, Becton, Wills, and of course Thomas, who already went. But like that was the dream scenario, right? Like as long as we had our choice of one of those guys, like my fear going into this was that at 10, if not some of those guys would be gone, and we would kind of be stuck with the last of the group. We got our own pick. We addressed the offensive line, and in particular the offensive tackle situation. I'm happy, man. Like we're off to a good start. Andrew Berry, I like what he's done so far. I'm here for it. Let's go. We got our tackle. Is this our guy for the future? Is this the next Joe Thomas? We don't really know yet, but hey, I will take it. All right. We addressed the tackle situation. That is the most important.
Does anyone else love the fact that the media is just ridiculous sometimes? Everyone was talking about how there was going to be a run on offensive linemen in like the top 6 picks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the Browns might not get one. There was 3 of them right there for us.
Yeah, that happens almost every year. Last year there was not supposed to be.
Somebody already put on Jedrick Wills' Wikipedia. He plays for the Browns. They were quick.
That's Browns fandom right there.
They must have
not wrong.
They got that future feed.
I'm
Got
happy
that
with
future
this
feed.
as long as they got their guy. I mean, it's like we can sit here and pick all we want from our couches, but it's like they get paid to do this. So as long as they got their guy, then I mean that's good. They had everyone but Thomas. I mean, if this was their guy, then I'm glad we got him. So
I mean, you said it best right there, Tyler. I mean, it's the position we were debating which of the 4 any of us like the most. That's who they like the most. They are paid to make those decisions.
Yeah.
That's what they are judged on. So we got to trust in their evaluation of these guys. That's going to be the tackle we go with. Let's solidify that offensive line, and let's get that. We got the draft kick started for the Browns. Now let's see where they go from here in the later rounds, unless they trade back in. But you have to trust it because they at least went with what the position we thought they should go with.
yeah, everyone knew we needed a tackle, and whether I feel like it's any way you go here, you're either going to move Conklin or him to left tackle, and they're going to have to learn the position. But it's like those two. I mean, either way you go, I feel like we have 2 stud tackles. You would hope at number 10 you got a stud tackle. You have 2 of them. One of them will figure out the left side. We'll be all right.
And barely.
I think
Like I've
Go
said
ahead,
before,
that Conklin signing in free agency, I think that might be the most under the radar best free agent signing in the league.
Yeah. So
like I've said before, I'm not here to win Couch GM of the Year. These dudes know more than all of us combined. And how fast they've made that pick, they got the guy they wanted the whole time. I could tell.
They got their guy. So
That shows it right there. I mean, I know that these clocks are starting to tick when we don't see them tick on the screen, and that's how the first round always works. But they had that pick to get that decal up on the screen on the bottom line on ESPN. That pick had to be in even before that. Right.
It was the fastest I've ever seen it, and I've watched almost every draft since I can remember.
That's 5th, 6th, 7th round speed on day 3 that we just saw.
They didn't care about no trades. Like, nope, that's my guy. I'm taking him. Got my way.
And Barry said he doesn't see a difference in left and right tackle. So he feels comfortable, whether it is Conklin or it is Wills, switching from what they've done most often as right tackle, switching and going over to the left and having those guys possibly, if both of them get some work, maybe you hear them both getting work if they are able to get some sort of training camp or mini camp in. If you hear that both of them are working at right and left tackle, you might be trying to get some variation there and maybe changing up in the blocking schemes as well if both guys feel comfortable on both sides of the line.